sealed. Every government that touched it refused to explain why. 14 islands, 7 governments, 1 classified file still sealed. Why did 3 separate expeditions vanish on the same island? These islands are real. Some are on maps. Some were removed, and the strangest discovery hasn't been found yet. Almost. 1952. U.S. Naval Intelligence redacted 43 island coordinates. The reason given? National security. The real reason was never written. 1 island moved. On record. Between 1945 and 1947. Poveglia Island, Italy. Soil composition, 43% human ash. 17 million tourists visit Venice yearly. 0 visit Poveglia. Italian government banned all access in 1968. It remains banned today. The psychiatrist who worked there in 1930, his own patients operated on him. He fell from the bell tower, survived, told no one what he saw. Archaeologists found 2 layers beneath Poveglia. Neither should exist, but Poveglia isn't even the strangest part, not even close. North Sentinel Island. India protects it with a 5-kilometer exclusion zone. They have always killed every outsider who approached. The Indian government doesn't just allow this, it is their official policy. Why protect a Stone Age tribe that murders? Scientists want to know. India classified all Sentinel research in 2018 without explanation. Easter Island, March 1722. 3 Dutch ships arrived simultaneously. They found a civilization already collapsed. No one knew why. The Rongo script has never been decoded, not even partially. 26 tablets exist. Linguists have worked them for 100 years. How did Polynesians find this? The most isolated island on Earth, the statues originally had eyes, white coral, red volcanic pupils. When they looked across land, they weren't watching the sea. They watched inward. The civilization destroyed itself. Every tree, every resource. Within decades, 2009, soil cores revealed a second collapse, unknown origin, before the first. But Easter Island shares a mystery with something far older, Socotra Island, Yemen. It looks like a different planet entirely. The trees bleed red, literally. Used in medicine since ancient Rome, 37% of Socotra's plant life exists nowhere else on Earth. Cave inscriptions mention Socotra as the source of all medicine. Always. Everything we think we know about these islands is the surface layer. Alexander the Great sent an expedition specifically for Socotra's plants in 325 BC. He never got them. His expedition found the island, then turned back. The reason they turned back was never recorded by any Greek historian. What stops armies stops explorers. What stops explorers stops scientists. Underwater ruins were found off Socotra's coast in 2003. Then, nothing. Silence. Hashima Island, Japan. Once the most densely populated place on Earth. In 1959, 5,000 people lived on just 6 acres of concrete. April 1974. Every single person left within 3 days. Organized. Silent. They left meals on tables, lessons on blackboards. Everything in place. No one returned. The coal mine closed. But that isn't the real story. Between 1939 and 1945, Korean forced laborers died here. How many is disputed? Japan. UNESCO listed Hashima in 2015, without mentioning the forced labor. Korea objected formally. The language in the listing was then quietly changed. Visitors since 2009 report lights in buildings with no electrical supply. Poveglia, Hashima. Both forbidden, both holding mass death, both still locked. A pattern emerged when researchers cross-referenced island restriction orders. 12 islands were restricted within the same 6-month window. 1968, different governments, different continents, same 6-month window, unexplained. Bikini Atoll, 1946. 23 nuclear weapons detonated, ocean vaporized. The Bikini Islanders were told it was temporary. They were never allowed back. Radiation levels in 2023 still exceed Chernobyl's exclusion zone. Officially safe. The Marshallese government now markets bikini for diving tourism. Seriously, below the surface, 17 warships sit exactly where the blasts placed them. The coral colonies growing on them are twice normal size. Scientists can't explain why. Something in Bikini's water is accelerating biological growth. Documented. Unexplained. Palmyra Atoll, U.S. territory, one of Earth's last true wilderness islands. 1974. The Sea Wind sailed into Palmyra. The crew was never seen alive again. A second boat arrived, stole the Sea Wind. The Palmyra murders began. But researchers discovered the Sea Wind case was not the first death at Palmyra. 11 documented deaths on Palmyra since 1798, always visitors, never explained. A 2011 NOAA report documented compass failures circling Palmyra, classified shortly after. Magnetic anomalies, the same term used over the Bermuda Triangle. And one other place, the Devil's Sea. Japan. 9 ships vanished between 1952 and 1954. Japan sent a research vessel to investigate, the Kayo Maru No. 5. It also vanished. Japan officially designated the zone a danger area, then stopped all research. The Dragon's Triangle Islands sit at a specific latitude. So does Palmyra. And Bikini. A researcher named Ivan Sanderson mapped all anomaly zones globally in 1972. He found 12 zones, equally spaced, geometrically precise, around the entire planet. Bermuda Triangle, Devil's Sea, Easter Island, Socotra, all 12 points, all mysteries. Sanderson called them vile vortices. Then one of the 12 had never appeared on any map. Everything in part 1? That was just the surface. The 12th vortex appeared on no official map, ever. Ivan Sanderson submitted his findings to 3 agencies in 1972. All 3 responded the same day, same hour. They told him the 12th location was uninhabited open ocean. Satellite images from 1968 show something different, a structure, roughly 2 kilometers across, geometric. Then the 1971 images. The structure was gone. 3 years, then nothing, no debris, no record. Sanderson noted this in his private journal. The word erased. Sanderson died in 1973, 1 year after publishing the vortex map. His original research notes were never found, but a colleague had copies, hidden in plain sight for decades. The coordinates Sanderson crossed out matched something classified. Someone knew? In 1974, the Defense Intelligence Agency opened a file. File name, Project Stillwater. Subject, anomalous coordinates, 43 pages. 39 are still fully redacted. The 4 remaining pages describe the Dragon's Triangle first, magnetic readings. Inconsistent with any known geological model, compasses in the Dragon's Triangle don't just spin, they reverse permanently. Aircraft instruments affected within a specific radius. The Japanese Defense Force mapped that radius in 1952. It matched Sanderson's boundary. Exactly 20 years before he drew it, but the DIA file mentions something the Japanese never published, a second structure, deeper, unrelated to Yonaguni, 400 meters down. Perfectly flat bottom. 90-degree angles. Nature does not build 90-degree angles at 400 meters. The research team requested a follow-up dive. Denied. Funding pulled. Team disbanded. Same week, the lead oceanographer received a different assignment. Antarctica. He never published another paper on oceanic anomalies, but Antarctica is one of Sanderson's 12 points. Every researcher reassigned. Everyone ended up at a vortex point. 6 different agencies, 6 different researchers. Same pattern. That is not coincidence. That is management. Socotra was next in the Stillwater file. Page 37. A British geological survey found something in 1967 beneath the island. Resonance chambers. Carved, not formed, carved. The chambers amplify specific frequencies, ultrasonic frequencies. Every island we thought was isolated, they are connected. Deliberately. The same glyph. Socotra, Easter Island, Yonaguni, identical. Museums hold examples from each site, separately catalogued, never compared. A linguist named Dr. Mayer compared them in 2004, unpublished. Her university rejected the paper. No reason given. She submitted to 11 journals. 11 rejections. Identical language. 11 different editors. Identical wording, word for word. Someone coordinated those rejections across 11 institutions. Maya moved to a rural address in 2006, off academic records. She sent her full research to 3 people: a filmmaker, a journalist, one other. The journalist published a partial story in 2008. It disappeared overnight. Online. Print. Archive. Every version gone within 48 hours. The Wayback Machine has no record of the URL. None. A URL that never existed. For a story published and read by thousands. What happened next made investigators quit their jobs. 3 separate researchers. 3 different countries. Same month. 2009. All 3 left careers studying these islands. No explanation given. One posted online before going silent. A single coordinate. The coordinate placed a point in empty Pacific Ocean. No island there. Standard charts, open water, depth sounding, unrecorded. Blank. Every depth chart has readings, every single one, except this square. The blank area is perfectly rectangular. 18 by 12 nautical miles. A rectangle that precise does not occur in nature. Not once, not ever. That blank area is centered on Sanderson's 12th vortex. The one that never appeared on any map is on every chart. As nothing. In 2019, a recording surfaced. Provenance unknown. Date, November 1987. 14 minutes of audio. A man's voice, speaking to a room. He identifies himself as a senior NOAA oceanographic analyst. Name confirmed by voice analysts. Still employed at time of recording. He says the blank chart area was created, not discovered. Every bathymetric chart printed after 1971 has the data removed. Pre-1971 charts show depth readings there. Extraordinary depth readings, deeper than the Mariana Trench. In the middle of the Pacific Shelf, the analyst says one more thing before the recording cuts. He says, the 12 points are not anomalies. They are access points. Access points. He said access points, not anomalies, not errors, access points. That word changes everything we covered. An anomaly is an accident, a mistake. An access point is a door, and doors lead somewhere. The loop we opened at the start. Remember it? 12 islands. 12 anomalies. 12 points on charts no one can buy. The analyst wasn't guessing. He had seen the classified addendum. NOAA Survey Report 71 Delta. Addendum C, 47 pages. Classified indefinitely, not declassified. Removed from existence. Remember the fishermen from Palmyra Atoll? They weren't fishing when they vanished. The Coast Guard report said something else. Their last logged coordinates, 1 of the 12. They were directly above access. 0.7. This was not coincidence. Dr. Elena Vasquez, Deep Sea Institute, 1987. She dove to 4 of the 12 points. What she described was not natural geology. Parallel channels, 90-degree angles, miles wide, structures that make the pyramids look small. Her paper was retracted. Journal issue recalled. Her funding cancelled. November 1988. She disappeared in March 1989. No investigation was opened. Her case file is stamped Jurisdictional Conflict, Japan, 1987, same year, different ocean, the Yonaguni Monument. Point 11, the same channels, the same 90-degree angles, 10,000 miles apart. Identical architecture. The Japanese survey team filed a report. 3 countries submitted identical findings, 1989. A closed-door UN science session. 7 nations in the room. What they agreed on was never published. The summary document, leaked in 2003, a whistleblower. The documents hit the internet. They were online for 11 hours. Then every mirror, every cache, gone. The whistleblower was never identified. This isn't one case. This is everywhere. Polynesian navigators knew these points. They got markers above them, always inland. The symbols point to ocean coordinates. Coordinates matching the 12 points exactly. The Smithsonian received similar artifacts in 1971. Peru, the Nazca Lines. Point 3. Extended. The line's trajectory hits the ocean. Every Nazca line extended reaches a point. The 12 points are the anchor structure. Whatever is down there generates pressure readings. 3 submersibles. 3 different nations. Same year, 1994. A coordinated dive. Classified operation. What they found is in no public record. One pilot filed a private testimony. 2019, he was 81. He had 30 days to live. The structure was not geological. It was lit from inside. Cold blue light, deeper than any natural ocean floor. 12 points. One connected system. The pre-71 charts say non-natural. NOAA's own analysts flagged it in 1970. Origin unknown. Restrict all access. Their words. The charts changed in 1971. They never changed back. Every island in this story sits above a point. They were always there. Long before the maps, someone marked them. Long before we could navigate, the question is not what they are. The question is whether they were always ours. 12 doors. In the deepest part of our world, no one has asked the only question that matters. What is on the other side?